Hi, everyone. Nice to see you here. This is finally working. I am back on my computer and ready to present today. Today's subject is manifesting. I had a couple of people that asked me about topics. So if you guys have any topics that you'd like to hear me talk about, please let me know. And it's nice to see you. Thank you for showing up. Let me get my live chat on. Perfect. So if you can pop on and say hi, and then I'll see if my live chat. Make sure you guys, if you're not watching this live, if you're watching this later, make sure to like, subscribe, and maybe share even, because believe it or not, this really helps me grow my channel and get to the people who need to hear what I have to say, if that makes sense. So I want to start by saying that I am Susan Lennart, and welcome. I'll just tell a little bit about myself, or where my foundation comes from, on why I'm even talking about manifesting, or why I talk about any of these subjects that I talk about. So I was trained at the Art Institute of Chicago. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and I trained as an artist. So I really had this big conceptual thought process, really building large. Hey, if you guys can pop on and say hi, then I know my chat is working. I'd love to hear from you guys. So I trained as an artist, and I grew up in a business family. So I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and I really understood small business. That's what we did. It was, my dad was a financial advisor and a CPA, and we would have to help him match his checks. No matter, if you're 2 or if you're 5, you're sorting checks. If you're 10, you're balancing books to the penny. I was always like, oh my gosh, we have to balance it to the penny? Really? Let me throw in a penny just to make it work better, if I couldn't get it. It was that really redundancy of going in again and again, which helps you out later in life, that real careful accuracy. All of these things add up, really add up to what makes it good. Okay, let me see if this is, community. I'm just checking this right now to make sure. Okay, there we go. Okay. So from there in my life, why am I talking about manifesting? Because in my life, from when I was very young, from when I was, I went out to California for me when I was 15 years old. We went on a trip, and it's like I saw so many interesting people who were building lives for themselves that were non-traditional. So for me, it was so interesting to see people who weren't working a regular job. And believe me, like my ancestors, my grandfather came over from Poland. He did not work a regular job. I didn't really see in our family anyone who really worked a regular job. People were really creating work for themselves. So that's what I kind of saw. So for me, when I went to the Art Institute of Chicago, it's why I studied to be an artist, because I always planned on creating my own business and my own work. So it's really interesting because I built several companies, several $1-million companies, a couple multi-million-dollar companies. So one of them, so that's where I come from in talking about manifesting. I manifested all of my work, all of my companies, all of my business, everything that I've done. So it's like I worked in the arts and craft world. I worked with, I built a company called Ice Resin. It was a product. It was sold all around the world. It was a multi-million-dollar company. I worked on a line of jewelry that did multi-million dollars. I worked with corporations such as Horizon, who actually holds Hello Kitty. They build all the toys for Disney, and they hold the Michael Jackson patents, things like that, so they could do work like that. That's how big they were. I really enjoyed working with this company. I learned a lot about manifestation. I learned a lot about all of this. So, for me, it's like I come from drawing. I worked with Michaels, Nordstrom, Hobby Lobby, all of these stores, developing products, developing business, developing ways to make money. So how does that help you as an artist? I love art, and it's like your creative brain as an artist. As artists, we are builders, we're creators, we are thinkers, big thinkers where we can create anything that we want to manifest. And after my introduction, I'm realizing that now as I look back, I feel like I used a lot of manifesting techniques building, but I just didn't realize they were manifesting techniques, you know? So I looked back at like, what did I use? How did I do that? What did I find? And I want to talk a little bit today about how I really came about with my start. So now, as I'm a Kundalini yoga instructor 3.5 years ago, it's like I've been learning about energy through the world for a long, long time. So I'm going to talk to you today. The way that I talk to people as artists is really through the whole chakra system, is how to manifest. So it's a little, and this is specifically for builders and artists, is where I come from, because I'm a builder and an artist. But it's for building your personal self. It's for building your work. It's for getting your creative ideas. It's for manifesting. So what is manifesting, right? I mean, I think we all know what manifesting is, but I want to define it right here, hardcore. So manifesting is bringing your desires to life, bringing your true desires to life. And how do you manifest? It's not necessarily about what you're thinking and writing down and what your brain is like, oh my gosh, I want to do a trip to India, you know, and it's like, I'm going to make myself do a trip to India. It's how you feel in your subconscious. It's what your beliefs are. So the only way to manifest is through your beliefs. Hear that, because that is absolutely the truth. The only way to manifest is through your beliefs, and it literally is your subconscious mind, you know, which that's what we work with the chakra centers. That's what I love working with people with, is to bring out these subconscious beliefs that are in your chakra system and in your buried away from yourself, where you don't even know about it. So the whole subject of writing in the morning, getting up and doing some journaling, making sure you write down your ideas, I'm a strong believer in that. And I work with that on any pathway. And in fact, towards the end of this today, I'm going to give you guys, I'm not getting any chats in, so I'm sorry if you guys are saying things. I'm not seeing any chats come in. So I know that there is. So please forgive me if I'm not answering again. I'm going to have to figure this out again. For some reason, my YouTube streaming. Oh, yay. Thank you. Okay, I got a chat in. Thank you for that. Good morning from Puerto Vallarta. What? Oh my gosh. You're in Puerto Vallarta. Is this where you live? I just spent 20 years out there and know it very well. So that's cool. Oh, you're amazing, Susan. That's so nice to hear. Thank you. Hi, Susan. Greetings from Texas. Hi, Diane. Northern Michigan. Amazing. Here listening. Thank you, Ashley. Oh, you guys, thank you for writing that in. That I saw there were people here, and I show up live because I love the interactions, and I can tell, all right, people am I talking about a subject that you want to hear? Remember, you guys, I am actually doing this whole training or this whole like looking back on my life, because I'm rebuilding myself again in a whole new fresh way. And I also hope that I can help the collective. My YouTube channel is called the Creativity Collective for Visionaries, because as a strong group, when you find your people, as a strong group, we have way more power than us individually. And for me, it's like I'm finding, as I'm growing and stretching in this whole different direction, I'm having a whole new collective group of people. So I'm so excited to see you guys. And if you guys have anything that, you know, this actually talking about manifesting was something that was suggested to me. So I really love this subject, and there's so many different ways to talk about it. So to go on with that, in the end, I'm going to give you guys some writing and just a little assignment to do to get to manifesting, because really, you guys, we owe it to ourselves to bring our dreams to us. And we all have done it, right? We've all had a desire and we've brought it to ourselves in some way. So we do know how to manifest, but how do you be consistent and manifesting your whole big dream in your life, right? Like that's what I want to talk about today. When I was younger, I remember in 7th grade, it was my first taste at manifesting. When I was in 7th grade, I was just starting to kind of grow into myself. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want a boyfriend. Like I wanted a boyfriend so bad. So, I was just changing, growing, going through puberty, going into myself. And I was like, God, I just want a boyfriend. Right. And then I was like, wait a second. I don't just want one boyfriend. I want two boyfriends. Like that's me. Give me more, 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 more. Right. So then I ended up, I was feeling it. Which this is what manifesting takes is passion and love, which I'll get into in just a minute. Fire and love, fire and peace. So lo and behold, like a couple weeks later, up shows at my door these two boyfriends who both like me, and they're both kind of cute, and they end up getting a fight in front of my doorstep because and I was like, wow. I think because of the way that they fought with each other, I realized how passionately I created this manifestation. Have you guys ever done a manifestation like that before? See, Ashley, I wait. Hi, Nan. Nice to see you. Yeah. See how much I use. So that kind of just really opened up my eyes. Here I was in 7th grade and I was like, oh my gosh, you can make things come true. Woo. I loved it. So, yeah. Have you guys done that before? Oh, we are so powerful. Absolutely. The power of a group. I'm telling you guys, I love this group and I wake up and I feel my power every day. So in fact, to manifest, you need two elements. There's two elements that you need to manifest. And you need your subconscious to understand that. So you guys heard me earlier when I was like, we need our subconscious. It's your subconscious beliefs that does all the manifesting. It's not this surface of like, I'm going to go do this today. For me, in my subconscious, I felt, I smelled, I ate, I drank, I breathed. Two boyfriends that I wanted in my life. You know what I mean? So I got it. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, and we've all done that, right? But how do we do it consistently? So to really be able to manifest, you need very, very strongly passion, which is your solar plexus. Remember I said I love working through the different chakra systems. Your solar plexus. And it is through, a lot of it's like this is your liver. Energetically, a lot of people know that this holds your anger, your power, your strength, your passion. You need to have strength and passion. There's a lot of people who go through a spiritual process of clearing, and you get into your heart and you're so full of love, right? You need love. That's your second element. You need both of these in combination. You get into your love, and we've seen a lot of people who just are soaked in their heart and it feels so good. We know this heart. We know this heart love. If you sit in your heart love without power, you don't go anywhere. So you see a lot of people who really get into this beautiful, beautiful place, but you just kind of roll around and you stay there happy and in love, but your life isn't necessarily growing because you need that passion. So a lot of times you can use anger to get into your passion. It's like, in fact, when I looked at how I built my companies and my work years ago, I realized that I loved having somebody around who I could be so pissed off at. Because when I was pissed off, I would get into this power and be so strong. That's how I built my companies back then. Isn't that crazy? So now I'm smarter. It's like I've learned, like I'm going back, I'm looking at how did I use, and yes, I did use manifestation, but now it's like after studying a lot of the new concepts and the new ideas and things that we have access to at our fingertips, I'm realizing there's a better way to use your power, and that's getting through your anger and into your passion, which is much more comfortable and much happier. So I like to work, all of these elements that I talk about, all of these emotions like love, getting into your heart space. This is important because you have to love something. You need to feel this beauty, this love, and then you need the power to get there. So usually you see me, the gems that are perfect for that are the lemon quartz, the yellows, and the pinks or the greens. So I love the pinks. I love the tourmaline. You're going to see me with tourmaline to get into, see how this is all the pinks and yellows. This is love and power. And sometimes I need more. Sometimes I need one more than the other. I don't usually keep my glasses on because I love the jewelry so much, and I feel like it takes away from my jewelry. I have manifested so much in my life. I'm not a woo-woo person, but I know it works, Evelyn. I can't tell people because they would think I have lost my mind. I love that, Evelyn, because you know what? Me too. I'm from the south side of Chicago, and believe me, the way a south side of Chicago person understands to manifest was through anger, and that's how I did it, and it worked. But what happened when I decided to be happy in my life and let go of my anger? I couldn't figure out how to manifest anymore. You know what I mean? Until now, until I have this balance. So I love that, Evelyn. That might be something you are manifesting. And this is going to be curious. I want you to ask yourself this question, Evelyn. How are you manifesting? Because if you believe in your subconscious that it feels woo-woo to manifest, what are the tools that you're using to manifest? And this is pulling out your journal and writing these down. It's so powerful to pull out your journal and write it down. And I think you're going to surprise yourself by an answer. That's going to be something that I think you'd love to ask yourself. Love the tips for keeping the passion going. Barbara, I love. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because we need passion, you guys. We need passion to do beautiful work, to have a drive for our work, to feel like waking up in the morning and getting out of bed, right? And it's like, believe me, I have been, after I sold ice resin in my companies, I was to the point of burnout. I didn't have passion. I didn't want to get out of bed and do anything. So I was like, how do I get myself back to this? And this is where I know so many people are like, boy, Susan jumped off the far end of things. You know what I mean? Like, I was from the south side of Chicago and a badass and built this way. I'm coming there again. I'm coming there as my badass self again, with power and strength. It's not like I'm going to let people into my boundaries who don't deserve to be here. So when you're open and you have power and strength and passion, you just put up your boundaries. You need this for your boundaries also. So, those are like the two elements that you so need. Passion, you guys, and love is everything to a creator. Everything. If you don't have passion and love for something to build, your work is going to be insignificant. Boom. That's all. That's it. That's all you have to say. Yeah. Oh, Justina. Hi, Susan. I love the tourmaline. I need to manifest more clearly. I've got my pen and paper at ready. I really need a shift of mood and energy. Oh my gosh, Justina. I love that. Yay, yay, yay. Good. So think about that question too. And at the end, yes, it's really important. So I also want to say, and Justine, I think you're in there. I see you in there. I'm really excited. At 3:00 today, I meet with people in unfolding. And unfolding, on here, I'm talking about the outside of things. For $25 a month, I built a whole program on getting to your passion. And I'm so curious. I meet with people today, and it is getting through your anger. The movement, spirituality is not a pretty picture a lot of times. You know what I mean? It's like, it's anger. It's like, it's really just showing how to get through your anger. And I just went through that process recently of getting to my anger and really just punching it out or letting it go. And guess what? I'm finding my passion. I'm really excited about the work that I have on my bench right now. It's going to be so fun. So, get your pencil and paper out. I know I'll see some people this afternoon in unfolding where I can get into this breath work. Remember, I said because of my studies with talisman, with energy work, I work through the whole chakra system, which is the energy system. And to me, as an American and growing up on the south side of Chicago, I'm like, how did I ever live without knowing about these energy centers? They do so much for me in my life. So I just try to share them a lot. And I know some people get like, whatever, Susan, but I love them. I can't imagine Pam Wolf. Oh my God, that is you. I love you, Pammy. I like to create a beautiful ritual to create the energy and power to manifest and charge my talisman. Yay, the talisman keep the energy alive in my heart. They're so powerful, talisman. I love that, Pam. I did not know that that was you. Mwah. And then Evelyn says, I asked God for it. Okay, so I have this feeling. I have it destined for my life to get it. I also write in my journal and feel it. I manifested a financially free life. It came in ways I never imagined. Oh, I love that. Okay, so you guys hear Evelyn. It always comes, you never recognize it. It comes in a whole different way than you expect. And Evelyn, I love that for you because what she's saying is she's listening to her intuition. So when you get to advanced stages of manifesting, you're listening to your intuition. So that is literally what you're doing. And then she's getting it down on paper, which brings it into the physical. So that's like, pulling things from your dreams, pulling things from your waking life, taking, taking the road of less resistance. Taking the road of less resistance. What it really, truly, truly is about. I didn't know that when I was in my 20s. I forged and I beat my head against the wall and I tried to open things up in this way, and it worked, but it got me exhausted. So it's like this time around, boy, it feels good and fun, and I've got some good people, really good people around me, including you guys. So this is our group. This is our power group. So in thinking about manifesting, because now I'm talking chakra centers, you guys, and I always talk energy centers. So this is the intuition, and this is where your brain too. So this is where you are manifesting your ideas in here. But to get here, the thing that I love, that I really have been discovering from studying the whole chakra system for the past decade is, I used to live in my head, manifesting, creating. Oh my gosh, I didn't want to come down from here. I lived up here. Well, and Justina, or Evelyn, you sound like you have a beautiful balance of this, of manifesting, because you have to be able to when you manifest and bring it in, you have to have a clearer lower chakras so you could bring all of this up and through your body and out into the physical world and hold on to it. So if you did a really good job with your manifesting and with your, I'm going to sit here. This is a little bit too low for me. So if you did a good job with your manifesting, you're able to hold your money. For me, originally, many years back, it's like I was so in this upper world, as many artists are, that I couldn't hold my manifestations. I couldn't hold my money. I was like top heavy with energy. So that brought me super serious into a strong position of really learning the energy centers, really learning universal law. There really is universal law that you find out once you start manifesting. Let me see who said hi. Nicola, hi. Nice to see you. Okay, you guys, good. So we're just trying to bring our dreams to life, right? And there's ways that I'm learning recently. It's like there's all this talk going around, like, how do you get your manifestations to you quicker? How do you get them quicker? It's really interesting. And when there's a few different ways, but the first, and I'll talk about how do you get them to you quicker. There's all this talk going around. For one, I am a believer of just letting go, letting go, letting go. And I'm even telling that to myself right now, because as my life is changing, I feel like I want to grab onto the nearest thing with white knuckles and hold on as tight as I can, but instead I have to let go and let it happen, like let things roll out. For me, I just got done cleaning out the inside of my whole company after years and years and years of having my company, cleaning all the little details, cleaning the details in my studio, getting ready to move to a fresh and clean studio. I'll tell you later about that, Pammy. Okay, let's see. Your message really resonates with me and gives me energy when I listen to you. We match. Divine timing is real. Absolutely. So see, we all match. There's so many people that I know who are bailing out of my connections and so many fresh, beautiful people that are coming in because we match. So this is where we can give each other power and passion by staying in touch like this, because we're all a vibrational match. So that makes sense. So I was saying you would imagine things through your third eye, but remember you have to have your heart space and your solar plexus, the power, love, and your brain to think about it. And then you need all of them. You need your root chakra for grounding, to hold on to that money. I found out, some people didn't have to find that out. I found it out, and you need your sacral chakra. When you break into these different energy centers, you can really create. I mean, that's your creative center. This is where we birth, but we also birth. If you think about our creative center, like as women, there's so many women in this field because we can create. We can create if we get this sacral chakra opened up. So it's all beautiful and all working together. So what I want to say is the important thing one of the other important things for manifesting is you really have to have a belief, and I'll get into this and dividing it up into 3 different categories. You really have to have a belief in a higher power, or whether it's the universe, whether it's God, whether it's Buddha, whether it's whoever it is, you have to have a connection with the higher source to be able to manifest. That's what these chakra centers are all about. The third eye and the crown are really all about working, or your higher self. Some people just work with their higher self, which is a big power in itself too. But you have to be able to be willing to work in that way for your life to have this flow of what you need. That makes sense. Yeah. So there's 3 ways to bring in your manifestation. I mean, there's 3 rules. There's 3 different areas that you have to affect to bring in completely your manifestation. And, I know some of you guys have, and maybe this is just a refresh, or sometimes you find you're super successful in one area of your life, and then you're struggling in another area of your life. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do you get that complete manifestation? For me, it's like, I didn't have a love of my life, but I had really great business. Oh my God. It's like, I was turning over so much money, but I didn't have, besides my kids, I really didn't have people in my life that loved me. Oh my gosh, now I have someone who loves me so much, and I love this person so much. So it feels really good. So, hey, I manifested that, right? I got that right. It's like you get your money right, you get your jobs right, but how do you bring it all together? So how do you bring it all together? It's like you have a connection. So I want to talk about body, mind, and spirit, because that really is, even like what we were talking about here. I think Evelyn brought it up, right? Where you were talking about yes, and the gems help. It's so crazy how everything really helps. Yeah, Evelyn. So you talk about how you manifested things. It's like you have to have an understanding of all these. Here's to love. I love love. I love love. Love love. Isn't that great? I know. So it's like, for me, I worked really hard at opening up my heart center, opening up, and then what that did is bring me into this beautiful, lovely place. And then I found that I had to do work again with my passion and my power, because you could lay in here for the longest time, you know what I mean, and just wake up and feel so peaceful. But I had to get back to work, so it happens, right? Okay, so body, mind, and spirit. Spirit. Let's talk about spirit. Spirit is literally being inspired. When you're in spirit, you're inspired. So maybe somebody just wrote that they're inspired in the power of our group. This is what we need to manifest. This is when you pull out your journal. This is when you pull out your, this is when you pull out your designs, your journal, your work. You get in your studio when you feel this way. You design your life. You build things. You build whatever you need to build, when you get into this type of a space of inspired. And that really is what spirit is all about. So spirit is working in here, listening to your intuition, downloading your ideas, knowing that you're working hand in hand with either your higher self or another force, where you are working with them. and I have to tell you a story on that. It's like, look, I mean, and I know you guys, I can't wait because when we meet in Unfolding, we go from 3 to 4, I get to hear some of your guys' stories too, which I get really excited about. So, when I built Unfolding, my program Unfolding, which I'm actually just turning it into a creativity course. It literally is the road to manifesting and the road to a creativity course to open up your channels, to open up your if you get creative blocks, to open up any blocks. So when I started really working a lot more with energy work quietly behind the scenes. When you're manifesting, you need this quiet time to be away from outside energies. And that's what the spirit part of it is about. Be away, because your body, when you open yourself up, you're going to be a little more sensitive than you normally are. So you want to give yourself this time to not listen to people on the outside. Did you guys notice I noticed that there's 2 different pathways in my brain. There's always the practical one where, I'm looking at, oh my gosh, who are these people? Like, who's signing up for this? Who's coming to my classes? Who's doing this? And then there's the inside voice that's like, oh my gosh, you so got this. You know what I mean? When you're manifesting, you're listening to that inside voice. You're not paying attention to the outward voice. In fact, there's a lot of advisors that are like, don't even open up your bank account when you're first really, planning. Don't worry about if you take a loan, when you're first building your company and you're manifesting, right? So for me, it's like I started downloading Unfolding. Oh my gosh, it's like it would take me the whole month just to write each month. And now I feel like I do a way better job than I did 2.5 years ago, but it's like I would get downloaded, and I have a really nice group of people who are in there, a really nice, powerful group of people in there. And I'm always so grateful. But I was like, okay, this is a lot of work, because I only charge $25 for it. So I'm like, there's a lot of work that I'm putting in for this. But I just downloaded all of it. And I'm like, whatever this pathway is, I'm supposed to do it. Just like what we talked about earlier. You know when you're supposed to do it. You just get the intuition. So, every day before I come in to talk here, I do my yoga on Tuesday, I do my yoga on Wednesday, and my yoga on Wednesday, I'm usually stopping and jotting down notes for what my subject matter is today. I love studying for my subject matter, but I find that when I could come in fresh and talk to people, with not such a direct script, that I can be more with us in the energy of us and talk to you guys. And that really is what the spirit part of it, is all about. The next one is the mind. You really need an opportunity. Let me see what time. Oh, good. We're doing pretty good. To get into your mind, which is the manifestation. What happens when you start getting into your mind, right? This is where you need this alone time, this profound alone time once again. Because sometimes you start getting into your, if you're going into your mind, it's, sometimes what happens is all these fears come out, all these oh, you can't do that. Oh my gosh, you're not going to be successful. You're not good enough. All of this mind chatter comes out for us, right? So it's like getting to a place where we can feel good with our mind and really clear this chakra center out. And for me, the mind, more than any other of these 3 areas, needs movement. And that's what I like to provide in my Unfolding program. It's not like a whole bunch of movement, but it's movement and it's breath work. But mostly it's moving energy through your body to clear it out. So, walking is good. When you start manifesting, moving your body is good. Working out, running. I love to do this Kundalini yoga work, which is about, it's movement, but it really is just using energy work through your body. When you use energy work through your body, you can clear your mind. And so meditations, if you guys love meditations for the mind, for the body, for the soul, if you love meditations, I find as Americans and as Europeans, Canadians, a lot of us are this based. We're not from China or India, where our ancestors grew up doing yoga all the time, or breath work. Breath work is amazing. Or South America, we have a lot of stuff gummed up in there. because we weren't used to doing this breath work, this movement. So, we were always like pain to gain, right? Working out, remember the 90s? So for us, movement, I always love showing these movement programs that are specifically built for subject matter, such as passion. This month, as you guys know, it's passion and unfolding. And it's movement to literally use this solar plexus right here. And it's the breath of fire to create a fire, to get to your mind, to get to your passion, to get to your dreams, right? Love it. It works beautifully. When you're done with that, your body is calmer, your mind is calmer. You've used this energy work. I never wanted to be an energy worker. I was from the south side of Chicago, you know what I mean? But I'm finding it took me to be very brave to stand up here and talk about a subject matter like this on a public channel. You know what I mean? But I'm doing it because it works so well. Brandy, hi love, how are you? Oh my gosh, how are you? So so then once your mind is settled, now you go in and do your meditation. And there's beautiful meditations of just bringing in your desires to manifest when your mind is clear. And that's what you want to do every day. In fact, I'm going to be starting this morning program where 3 times a week I'm recording a little 12-minute, because I want to start seeing it really is like an artist way program where we're getting into our creativity, our passion through all these different emotions, but I want to get together as a group and in the morning have maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe Mondays movement, a little bit of movement. Wednesdays is a meditation. Fridays is a little ritual for really getting in and cleaning. I've been exploring so much on energy because I built talisman. And so does a lot of people here, which is what we have in common, Good. Oh my God, I'm so glad you're good, Brandy. And remember, I've been thinking of you. You probably have been hearing me think about you. I need to actually I need to contact you, although let's see what's happening today. So that is the mind. Get your mind clear, because it's the subconscious beliefs that are all in your spine, which is all the energy centers that really bring the manifestation into fruition. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I want to do this today. So I want to say, you guys, I have been, things don't always look like what we talked about. Things don't always look like what you think they're going to look like. For me, it's like, I just saw myself with this. One of the things I'm manifesting right now that I feel so passionate, I can feel the passion and I can feel the love for it. So what I do is I get up every morning and I think about this. And when I go to sleep, I think about this. So for me, I bought a piece of property right on the ocean in Costa Rica that I'm so excited about. I was looking for a very long time in the tropics, and two opportunities fell through right in front of my eyes, and then this one opened up, and it's with this beautiful art community there that I'm super excited about. But as I was thank you. So now I have to build on it, though. So I have a beautiful piece of property. Now I have to build on it. So I'm rearranging my life. Like, how can I live my life there and do what I do? You know what I mean? So this is all what I spend my days doing, is manifesting, hearing the sounds, looking at maps of Costa Rica, watching the life of Costa Rica, reading about the food, because all of this helps get it into my subconscious and makes this a stronger and stronger reality for me, to bring it in quicker and quicker. And so talking about bringing it in quicker, so that's the mind. And there's so much more to talk about all these. I could spend a whole 1 hour talking about each one of these, but I want to bring in the body. So excited. Body is like one that I had to really understand again. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited. So that's what I'm working on, you guys. It's like, that's my manifesting that I'm working on. And of course, it makes me stronger when I can talk as a teacher, with my whole process and your whole process. It just, even if you know how to manifest, it makes you think about again, like, hey, maybe I'm going to pull out my journal and write down what I need, and I'll tell it. But I want to talk about body, before I get off track, body, which is so important. This is called embodying the energy, embodying your manifestation. How do you embody your manifestation, right? Right? Okay, let's see. Oh, I spent a lot of years in the tropics. It's a powerful medicine. Oh my gosh. Okay, CB. Wonder who you are. We all have these little tricky names, right? I'm Creative Collective, and it's like who we don't know who we are, but we can see. I love that so much. It is so healing. It really is a medicine, a plant medicine, right? Like a healthy air and plant medicines. It's Look what I did here, you guys. I have got, you can't even see all of them, but I've got all these beautiful plants because in front of me, I've got these beautiful tropics. Why? Because I am manifesting the tropics, right? To live there, to be there, which, it's different for me. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, right? I'm part of your unfolding group. Yay. Candace. Hi, Candace. Yes, you are. Thank you. Okay, now I know your CB. Thank you, Candace. I love you in there. And Candace writes to me a lot, so I love that. Please feel free to send me messages here. And you guys, when you guys get off, if you guys, when this is published, if you guys can you guys are subscribed, but if you can like and share my membership, it really does help me to grow. And I'm just really trying to be out there for who needs it, who needs to be in our tribe, who needs to be in our group, Okay, so what does embodiment mean of your ideas? What I learned is if you can embody what you're manifesting, this is the way to speed up your manifestation. Does that make sense? I'll tell you how it makes sense. Oh my God, I love it so much. It's like a light bulb went off in my head because I did it, but I didn't exactly. I'm rewriting my rules. Like I manifested all of this stuff. You've manifested, but what are the rules for manifesting? So if you want to manifest something else, you understand the rules. They're all just universal rules. So to understand embodiment, it's like I see myself again over here. I see myself in Costa Rica. I see myself there. Now, is it here in my mind? If I can bring it in and put plants in my studio and look at what Costa Rica looks like every night and listen to the ocean waves on an app, not on an app, on a YouTube channel, listen to the waves, listen to street talk out there, which I love, just street talk in the area. You're embodying it. I'm embodying it. So say you want to build a product or say I want to build just a powerful line of jewelry or a body of work, like I've been kind of doing, right? If I want to build a body of work, or if I say I want to do a commercial line and I want to put my work out there, I think, I mentioned at the beginning, I used to sell to like Banana Republic. So what if I want to sell my work to another commercial event, store? So I could build it, but if it's in my mind, it's not going to manifest until I embody the idea. I have to breathe it, smell it, eat it, feel it, dream it, know it, feel myself working with these buyers, feel myself building the line that's going to work for them. I have to embody it. Does that make sense? On the earthly plane. Oh my gosh, I love being up here. Who wants to bring it into your body, right? But that's like one of the most important things to do. And this is where, to embody this, again, I love working with the whole chakra system. You need to have your root chakra in really good, healthy shape so you can hold your manifestation. You need to have your sacral chakra in really good shape so you can bring in the creativity working with this new company that I'm talking about. I need to have my solar plexus in good shape so I can have the power to hold my own working with these larger corporations, if that's my desire. For me, it's like one of the things I found out when I was working with Horizon that I mentioned earlier, who has the Michael Jackson patent and has Hello Kitty and builds all the toys for Disney. So I worked with this $1 billion company building a line for them. And I knew they wanted a power line. I learned so many corporate rules working for this company. It was interesting. But when I came in as an artist, like what they know is they're going to match me to two of their people to one of my people. So when I wanted to bring in my assistant, they would bring in at least 3 or 4 people, at least 3. They always had more people than my people, which I thought was really interesting. What that has to do with manifesting, who knows? I just thought it was interesting. Just embodying it. So I had to have my power in the solar plexus so I could be strong, because I was always, working with a larger company. Your confidence comes from here. Your passion comes from here. Your creativity comes from here. You can have all this creativity, but you need to have the power to manifest it. Love, we know our love comes from here. I am working on, and as I'm working through my different chakras, I'm working on building a company that is completely heart based. Woo! Because I feel so good to be here. Does that mean I'm going to be a pushover? Heck no. I'm going to have real strong boundaries, but I'm going to know who my people are and they can come into my heart space, right? You just have to have your little bit of boundaries up if you're going to open your heart wide open. And I do. And that's how I found love. When I worked on my heart space, I got to manifest love. And when I manifested love, I manifested, you know, the qualities that I wanted in writing down, right? All these qualities that I wanted, and I got it. So it was fun. It's really fun. I was like, oh my gosh, who would think when you get older that you get such a handsome man, right? Okay. So, especially with all 3 of these. So it's body, mind, and spirit. And that's like what I'm manifesting. Now, I want you guys to think about, even if you're good manifestors, this whole channel is for artists and creators. We always have something more. It was really interesting. I was listening to Teal Swan, and she was saying that she learned that as soon as you reach a goal, you just want another one and another one. So she was like, I finally just learned, like, whatever, what more do I need? It's like being in the moment. I talk a lot about passion in the talk I did a couple weeks ago. Being in the moment is what passion is about. When you can get strongly into your solar plexus, you can be in the moment. You could show up in front of your studio. You could build your heart's desire. You have that power. You have that strength. I'm in my solar plexus because I can show up and be in my power and feel you guys. So when I'm in unfolding today, we're going to work with the breath of fire today, which is a powerful breath work to let things go and to bring in your fire. So those are the kind of things that I like to show in there, and the kind of things I also like to show in my bigger program. So, all right. So you guys, the thing to do is, let me see. So write down your desires, or pick one. Just pick one thing that you would love to bring into your life. And pull out your journal, write down one thing that you would love to bring into your life. And then I want you to ask yourself a couple questions. Like, I want you to ask the question, do you believe? Do you believe that you can have this in your life? And your mind's going to be like, oh, what? Or it's going to be like, oh, heck yeah. It's like with Costa Rica now. I feel like, heck yeah, get out of my way. Like, why isn't it here right now? I'm trying to get this manifested. What? It's not here yet? I'm eating and drinking and breathing it. It's here on the inner. So it definitely will be here on the outer. It's someday soon. I'm going to be able to announce, you guys, guess what? I'm getting going on it. You guys are going to be like, yay. And then I'll invite people down for different workshops and things. That'll be fun. So you want to write down, and I want you to also write this affirmation down, which would be incredible to say, that I've been saying to myself as I'm working on my manifesting. Only good is coming my way. Only good is coming my way. That's such a powerful statement, because as you start clearing out your life, like I said, I went into my business and I cleaned out corners, swept out corners, changed things up, threw out old things that did not work. My studio, the same. I just kept doing a lot of this type of work. Well, what happens when you start clearing things out is some of the ugly in your life has to go out too. Some of the ugly in your physical life has to go out, because whatever inner is outer as well. So, so that happens. So it's like my affirmation is only good is coming my way. So even, and I told you guys, I have a lot of people that I knew for the longest time that showed up as a support system, and they're leaving. So I have to, as I see them go, I'm like, only good is coming my way. And look, I have all these new people coming in. So it's so amazing how life works, right? My body just has to, I have to embody that and understand it. Only good is coming my way as you manifest, right? There's another process that I learned in Kundalini yoga where you literally can do this breath work and breathe your manifestation to you. But we don't have time today. I do that on the inner, on the inside of unfolding. And so I just wanted to, that's your little assignment for you guys, affirmations, and give you the opportunity. Oh, this gives you the opportunity to face hard experiences as you move forward, if need be. Someday, it's like just knowing like, oh my gosh, my day is going to be great today. Just having that, like waking up in the morning, I started like holding onto my heart and just breathing into it as my life changes to make it better for my manifestations to happen. But sometimes the ugly stuff comes in. Okay, you guys, and this will get you to your goals and to your happiness. Remember, you work with the above, and there's a lots more to say on it, but I will be here next week too. So I wanted to remind you guys, I have actually a couple spaces in my September workshop. And I just had a question today in my September workshop. Oh my gosh, it's really just about building your, really building hollow forms, manifestations, creativity, getting to your source. I have an energy worker that comes in. I have organic foods there. It's 5 days. And then I have a workshop in October that is much less expensive. It's 3 days. And we're going to be doing some symbolism in there. Both of them are doing symbolism, but it's symbolism to get to your symbolism, and it's 3 days. It's a much better price, but you still have the organics, and I have an energy worker coming in too. So think about those. You can pop over in my link and check out those 2 workshops. And I'm in Discord tomorrow. If you're in the Unfolding group, I'm in Discord tomorrow, which it's summertime. This is slow grow, but I have Discord, and it's where we can show up. I show up from 2 to 12 on Thursdays, and we just can work next to each other and see how it goes. This might be a winter thing. We'll see. Other than that, I'm going to see some of the Unfolding people in at 3 o'clock today. And I look forward to seeing you guys. I have a great plan that I wrote it down in here, and I'm always open for questions. So please send me your questions. If you guys want to hear me talk about anything with, Unfolding is about the creative pathway. So it's about business. It's about energy work. It's about how to get there. It's about manifesting. It's about all the different chakras. It's about love. It's about creativity. So it's about everything having to do with manifest and being an artist. So, I have Connie coming in. Okay. So, so if you guys think about it, you can pop in. It's $25 a month, and it really is the way that I really am starting to like making a living, So join and try it out if you feel the inclination. I'd love to see you there, and it's a good support system to help support me if you guys are interested. Okay? All right, you guys, thank you so much. It's been so nice to have you guys today. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. I don't know my subject matter yet. Maybe you guys will send me something that you want to hear. And otherwise, I'll see Unfolding people at 3.